Hello, everybody. My name is Mathijs Harmsen, and I would like to give you a short introduction of the IAMC Wikipedia. For that, I will share my screen. Also known as the Common Integrated Assessment Model Documentation. This is a web page hosted by PBL, but obviously also in close collaboration with the IAMC. And yeah, the reasons for this are obvious, I would say. So projections made by integrated assessment models only make sense if you understand the assumptions and the structure of the models that might explain certain outcomes of studies. And for that, you need a transparent approach. And here we use a centralized and harmonized setup where we can look at crucial model inputs and assumptions, and also in a harmonized way so we can compare those inputs. So I will give you a very, very short introduction of this web page, which you probably might already know if you have your model, for instance, here on the wiki. But if not, then this is the link where you can find the web page. Please feel free to look around. And yeah, in the left sidebar, you can see the model documentation pages. These are the more elaborate pages where the in detail the background information of all the models is explained. And then going a bit lower, we have reference cards, which are overview pages, and there you also see way more models. For some models, only the reference cards are filled, and for others, also the elaborate model documentation pages. And I will go into those in a bit. But starting just with the model documentation pages very shortly, if I take the first one, and this is the same for all the models, you see an introduction page, and then also all sorts of pages related to different topics, such as model scope and methods, socioeconomic drivers, macroeconomy, energy, land use, emissions, climate, and also non-climate sustainability dimensions. If we take, for instance, energy, then there's an introduction page again, and also all sorts of pages related to end use, demand, conversion, and so on. If we take the top page, the energy page, for instance, and this is actually also for the sub pages, you can compare this to other models, and yeah, we can directly see how other models treat this. And yeah, there's lots more information in there. The reference cards, taking for instance the image model, which I'm familiar with, is more condensed, and there we just have the main information in one overview. Again, some general information, then model scope and methods again, and the same menus. You can also go from here to the more elaborate model documentation pages, but here it's just summarized. And also, for instance, the type of model, yeah, they're all integrated assessment models, but there are also specific types such as general equilibrium models, computational general equilibrium models, and energy system models, or more cost-benefit type integrated assessment models. Geographical scope might differ, solution concept might differ, more partial or general equilibrium, or a solution horizon could be recursive dynamic or intertemporal optimization, and so on. Policies, socioeconomic drivers are listed. Yeah, maybe feel free to have a look yourself, or contact me, obviously. So those are the main type of pages that we have here, but there are some other useful links, especially also if you have your own model here. For instance, archive model versions. There we also have archives of older versions. You always see the latest version in our menus, but if you want to see an older version, you can look that up here. What is also quite useful, and something we are working on to make even better, is a comparison of the different models. So here we can just select a few, and this is a comparison page based on the reference card and the overview pages. And we can, for instance, take a few of these criteria, and then for a few models, but you could do everything, you could even do all features, and then run a query and have the information for these types of models. So you can have an comparison based on what you're interested in. All right, and then moving on, there are also some useful author tools such as model publication and policies. So what we want to do is really be a type of journal at some point, but even now already you can cite pages that we have here. For instance, we would like to have a DOI, but the whole process is similar to what you see also with a journal where models submit their data and it is reviewed, and then when it's found sufficient, then it can be published eventually. So yeah, in that sense, we have models in preparation, but also published model pages. And this process is explained here. Obviously, model guidelines. So how can you add information? That's actually quite easy. We have a visual editor where you see what you get, basically. So a wiki is in that sense quite easy to edit. But it's all explained here. There's also options to add figures, obviously, and all sorts of different things that everything you want, basically. Then the model pages setup. That is, I'll leave that for now, sorry. Then the input reference card. This is basically interesting if you want to add information to your reference cards. So you can edit all these different sections via the edit buttons. It's also possible to export the information from the reference cards. No need to show that, but you can have basically a word overview of everything you find in the reference card. That's also something, by the way, that we use. What I haven't explained yet is that the reference cards are aligned with the model registration forms that are used for the 6th assessment report for IPCC. So all the information that we have in our reference card is also the information that is asked for when a model contributes to AR6. And in that sense, for us, it's useful to export that information to be used also in AR6, but actually for all the model teams, this could be useful information for yourself or whatever type of report or paper that you need and where you need this information in one simple overview. Yeah, maybe some last things that we are interested in to do. So also in the light of AR6, but in any case, something we want to do and upgrade our wiki pages is to add links to key model data. That's something we will be interested in. So for instance, the AR6 database includes those key input data, and we want to add that at the right places here on the wiki. We also want to add add the diagnostics. In another video pill I made for IMC, actually I explained a recent paper that covers this. So we want to show the model behavior in certain graphs where we compare different models on key behavior. And also we want to expand the model documentation pages. So we rely heavily on the help of lots of researchers in our field. Yeah, the idea is actually that they will review the structure that we use for the model documentation pages and based on that, update that and expand that. Yes, okay, I'll leave it at that. Feel free to contact me and that's on Mathijs.harmsen@pbl.nl for the IMC if you have any questions. Thank you.